The thing is, before you come into my sweat lodge, I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know about it and what you can expect from it, okay? And how to respect the idea that you're in a sweat lodge, what you're going in there for. What is it that I need to know? Is someone going to touch me? Is someone going to hurt me? Is someone going to do this to me, or someone will do that to me? You don't turn around and do all that. You listen to all that. But what the thing is, when you come into my sweat lodge, you're giving an understanding what you're going there for. You tell me what you're going there for. If you got some kind of pain someplace, or you got an ulcer going on, something happening, you got to tell me about it. Okay? Then I will bring in a spirit that looks after that certain part of the human understanding. See? Because I don't just turn on and bring you in a sweat lodge and pretend about something and choose and believe the fact that I can stand the heat and you can't. That doesn't work. Okay? I'm going to respect you for who you are and what you are. I got people coming in the sweat lodge, and then all of a sudden you two come in there, you don't know what to expect. Okay? But I'll go easy. Okay? I'll go inside the sweat lodge, put some water on the rocks. Okay? But when you come into my sweat lodge, I'm going to instruct you how to sit and where to sit. Okay? But each different thing that I do is going to be different in different places. It will come in different forms. If you're healing with a cancer, you're going to be sitting one place. If you're going to be healing with something else, you're going to be sitting someplace else. Okay? You're not going to be sitting together, because all that is, how should I say, is conflicting with other resources that's available to you. Okay? The only difference is when you go in there, it's dark. You can't see nothing. Okay? But because I have a gift to do that, I can see where I'm going. I can walk where I'm walking. I would not step on you. I would not. I've run into places where, hey, I participated, and I didn't like what I see. I didn't like what I experienced, because it's not right. Okay? Hot rocks. Hot rocks, you bring in water. We bring in your gifts that you want to give. Bring them, we bless them. Everything is blessed. The first and second round. The third and fourth and fifth round, there's chance that people will be tend to, okay, to get rid of what's happening. The seventh round is to relax, and then out the door. Boot you right out. In the first round, you'd be introduced. You'd be instructed. You'd be introduced. Give an example what's taking place inside the sweat lodge. Okay? The second round will be given a chance. Half of the sweat will experience their ways of life. They'll share their ways, so they could continue what they're doing. See? Nobody can say nothing. Nobody can say nothing, because if you say something, out the door you go. You're not expected to. You're not respecting the other person's wishes. See? So that's how it works. See, even if she has an issue, and she wants to deal with that thing, it's not you to say what her issue is. It's the person that's taking care of it. The third round, it's the women's turn. Okay? Fourth round, the fourth round is heavy duty stuff that you can run away from. You got to accept what's happening. Okay? But the thing is, you're given definitions, you're given understanding, you're given respect for all the things been happening in the sweat lodge. By the 6th round, you're doing okay. You're talking amongst each other. The 7th round, you're giving a blessing for everything that happens that day. That you come to the sweat lodge and you stay. You're 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 blessed with all the good stuff that's been happening. Right? See, when you walk away from there, you're taking everything that happened in there. Well, a traditional sweat lodge would be made out of with birch bark. Yeah, with birch bark and with cedar, balsam, and and spruce. Any kind of spruce would be made into that. Yeah? But the thing is, even poplar bark, because poplar bark you harvest that in a certain time of the year. Same with birch bark, you harvest that certain time. You make your blanket for that sweat lodge. You mold that the way it's made, and that's what they used to use before.
And is the entrance and exit of a sweat lodge, is it in a certain direction, or is there
East, always the east.
And they enter through the east and exit through the
No, exit through the east too. Because each time you pass through that door, you get into the sweat. The conductor tells you where to sit, and he explains to you where to sit and how to sit. See, if you sit too close to the wall, it burns. I'm seriously, it burns. But if you're away 6 inches, maybe a foot away from the wall, the steam will come up and rise and go down inside the sweat, and it'll hit the ground before it hits you. And you're told exactly when the water is poured on the rocks. And he's going to tell you how long it takes to get to you. And then you're going to learn from that first time. I had people come into my sweat lodge, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth when they're finished, when are you going to have the next one? Because I don't punish anybody, because it's not my idea, and I don't compete with anybody either. These are people that go to different sweats and they experience different things, so they want to try out how you do sweats. But there's different ways of doing things, different things. You don't go there to compete with other people. You don't go there to hurt people. There's a reason for that sweat to happen. It was a special gift for that person to run that sweat lodge. So he's got to treat that with the most extra respect that I'm supposed to have. You don't treat that because you're in order to do that. But if you have an order to do that, well, you're going to do it your way. They're going to ask you, he says, you want to do a sweat lodge? I'll do a sweat lodge, but you leave me out of it. No, you just stay away from it. I'll do it the way I want to do it. But when the time comes, I'll explain to everybody how it works and what it goes on in there.